Cade McNamara is the returning quarterback for Big Ten champion Michigan Wolverines, but should he be the starting quarterback for the 2022 season for Jim Harbaugh and crew? This is part one in a three-part series explaining the Michigan football quarterback battle between the returning starter in Cade McNamara and the promising young five-star JJ McCarthy. Part one here, we're covering the case for Cade McNamara. Part two, the case for JJ McCarthy. Part three will be what Michigan should do in this scenario. And part four, why does Steven have this mustache and when is he getting rid of it? All right, so if in the middle of the video you're frustrated that I'm not providing counterpoints in favor of McCarthy, just know that JJ McCarthy part is coming in part two. So diving into part one here, this is the case for Cade McNamara and why he should start for the Michigan Wolverines in this upcoming season. Number one here, he led the Wolverines to an outright Big Ten championship in 2021. That's not something a Michigan quarterback has done since 2003, John Navarre. And this is some old ass footage I'm showing of John Navarre here. Yes, the defense last year was shockingly good. The run game was exceptional. He still had really solid stats. I'll throw those on the screen here. In terms of where these stats stand for a single season Michigan quarterback, he's number 9 in completions and number 11 in yards. So he didn't have a bad season, just maybe not at the tippy top of what people are expecting. At 15 touchdowns, he wasn't racking up the scoreboard himself, but he kept interceptions relatively low at 6. In short, he was efficient and effective, let the team's strength shine while he put the team in a beneficial spot more often than not. Number two here, the run game will still be the strength of the offense in 2022. Michigan's run game last year, obviously excellent. Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards. You do lose Haskins for this upcoming season, but add another year to Donovan Edwards, get Blake Corum back to 100% healthy. That's a solid 1-2 punch, one of the best in the country if you ask me. You also return a lot of production on the offensive line. Add in a Remington Trophy finalist in your center, Oluwatimi of Virginia. He's preseason All-American this year as well. You're returning your left tackle as well in Ryan Hayes. You're returning Trevor Keegan, Zach Zinter. Some decent depth here as well with Trent Jones, Carson Barnhart. So you're returning a lot of pieces from an offensive line and an offensive running unit that's really set to shine for this upcoming season. Of course, you always want to play the best players at each position on your team. That includes the quarterback. But when the strength of a given offense is the run game, the motive of the pass game should be to enable that run game. Keep control of the ball, make minimal mistakes, and put the offense in scenarios to effectively leverage those strengths. You don't need a quarterback to necessarily be carrying the offense a la Denard Robinson if the surrounding cast is strong. And this surrounding cast for the offense and skill players is extremely strong, as well as the offensive line. Do your job, let them shine. The value of a be-safe quarterback like Cade McNamara is much higher compared to a make-plays quarterback that JJ McCarthy, Denard Robinson in the past kind of fit into. This was the model of the offense last year that worked out pretty well for them. I'd argue that model has not changed much going into 2022. You could even argue that it's going to be an even stronger running game unit than we had this previous season. All right, number 3, people overvalue the growth in JJ McCarthy, undervalue the growth in Cade McNamara. Yes, McCarthy was a true freshman in 2021. You're expecting his growth path to be immense, and I fully expect that to be the case. 2021 was also the first full year that McNamara was at the helm, at the head of that offense. There's a lot that he can hone in on leading into 2022 as well. I feel like a lot of people are approaching a guy like McCarthy as rapidly improving, but think that McNamara is going to stagnate and don't really consider that he could also have his own growth there. McCarthy also has been returning from a shoulder injury. He's been limited through spring ball, participated in walkthroughs, hadn't been throwing the ball for a bit. He mentioned that he still wasn't healthy on June 9th. Now, he will be available for fall camp. It will be a true competition, but that's a lot of time to kind of get back to full speed, and that should have some bearing on how much they've been able to prep and really elevate their games over the course of this past year. Number 4 here, don't undersell the small stuff. I had a whole video last year debating the same topic. We're here again, but in making my case for McNamara last year, I pointed out that appropriate checkdowns, timely throwaways, avoiding sacks, these are all things and skills that McNamara excelled at time and time again, keeping the down and distance manageable for the offense, giving the defense also ample time to rest between series, and overall just making good decisions on offense. Those things became consistent with McNamara. They're not guaranteed from quarterback to quarterback. McCarthy promises more explosion and very likely would be the dynamic dual threat quarterback that we've seen glimpses of. He will become that at some point, but can he handle the little intricacies, the small managing the offense, putting them in good positions, down in distance, throwing the ball away, things like that McNamara does best, and really you can expect from McNamara every single down. That's a question for McCarthy, right? We only saw him throw the ball 50-odd times. It's not really a question with McNamara. It still is with McCarthy. It's just a to be determined. I'll run a short clip from my video last year comparing two similar plays. Check out the full video in the description below if you're interested in diving into more film analysis there. McCarthy on the 4th down against Northwestern, right? This shows the entire McCarthy experience. He shows a great ability here to improvise as the play breaks down, right? He rolls out to the right, finds a way to deliver a pass to the tight end here, and picks up the 1st down. However, if we rewind here, he missed a throw to the tight end, the same tight end he found later on. He missed it on the initial read. He missed that, right? And then he had to bug out. Of course, you want to have a QB with the ability to improvise when a read is missed, but that is something that he did miss, right? And it ultimately ended up with a blindside penalty from Chuck Filiaga here, and Michigan had to kick a field goal due to that penalty, okay? So compare that to this throw from McNamara at the sticks for a 1st down on a 3rd down play here. This isn't really an adventure, right? He delivers the ball on time, finds the open tight end, moves the chains, and it looks boring, okay? This isn't even really a play that I'll be doing in my offensive analysis because it looks boring, right? This is just a thing that we've kind of assumed that happens on this play. It's not exciting, not really that fun to watch unless you're really into that thing, but it's effective. It moves the chains and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs. Okay, number 5 here. Georgia's defense is one of the greatest in college football ever in 2021. Yes, McNamara struggled against Georgia last year. No denying that. Threw a couple picks, did not look comfortable. Offensive line was getting manhandled, but McNamara clearly was outmatched in that game. In that scenario, having a more mobile quarterback who's better equipped to do things off script, scramble a bit, that is where JJ McCarthy can shine a lot more than Cade McNamara. However, this isn't a scenario you want to be in often, right? You don't plan on your offensive line getting manhandled, getting destroyed every single game, especially one that has been good all year like Michigan's offensive line was last year. Michigan simply ran into a buzzsaw, okay? 8 Georgia defenders were drafted, 5 of those in the 1st round. My point here is just that you should plan around your strengths of the offense. And in 2021, it was the run game. It was the offensive line. Exceptional units, both of those. It's mainly what got them to the playoff and obviously what beat Ohio State to get them into the playoff and into the Big Ten championship game. You should have options when certain aspects of your offense crumble against certain competition, right? And JJ McCarthy is an option to throw a curveball, but that's not what you build your offense around. You build around your strengths, and in this case, the run game, offensive line are set to be strong in 2022 like they were in 2021. Okay, number 6. This argument doesn't call for benching McCarthy outright, right? It's clear that McCarthy can be utilized in certain scenarios like he was in 2021. My case for McNamara isn't an outright don't play McCarthy. That'd be silly. You should continue to build packages for McCarthy, continue to get him experience, just like it's unwise to not get any reps for your 2nd string defensive line or offensive line, any other position. It'd be silly not to get reps for your backup quarterback. He's one snap away, one injury away from becoming the guy. You got to get him those reps. Anybody outright saying that McNamara should get all the QB snaps is not someone that you should take seriously. There's a huge place for McCarthy on this offense, even if McNamara gets the majority of the snaps at the position. Okay, number 7. McCarthy's going to be around for a bit. Okay, there's an argument going around that JJ McCarthy would conceptually be gone if he doesn't start in 2022, right? To me, that's completely unfounded. Multiple interviews in the past through his recruitment process and early on in his time at Michigan that he is pretty genuine in his love for Michigan. He helped recruit extensively for Michigan football for the 2021 class. If you make him a part of the offense, you keep him around, you grow him into that role. He already has name, image, and likeness deals over $2 million, so it's not like there's a lack of money coming in for him that he could get elsewhere. He's working on returning back from an injury, working closely with the staff. It's not like he's been rearing to go all offseason. If it's 2023 and I'm having the same discussion, making the same video, then I think you'd have a point. With these circumstances, though, I don't think it's a strong argument with this player to say he's gone if he's not the starter. I don't think that's the case. I think he knows he's going to be the guy. It's just a matter of when. Number 8 here, McNamara, to me, is a greater risk to leave than McCarthy. So many would say that McCarthy is more important for the future of the program overall, and I'll concede that. I think that's, again, a matter of when, not if. However, for the 2022 season, if you outright start McCarthy, what reason does McNamara really have to stick around? You're a defending Big Ten champion quarterback. I'm willing to bet there's 8 or 9 other programs in this conference alone that would be clawing to give him a shot at the starting role, and he'd probably be an upgrade for most of those programs. If you want the season to be a success, 2 quarterbacks is generally the key. You need to have a couple guys there ready to go because, like I said, one snap away and your season can change. Starting McCarthy outright is the most likely scenario that you lose one of the 2 QBs battling for that position, because at that point it's now McCarthy's time and Cade McNamara's time would then be over, right? This is from McNamara's point of view. That's my case, okay? And those are my 8 full points here in this list. I'll put them on the screen here. My 8 points on why Cade McNamara should start at the quarterback position. Let me know your thoughts, okay? Are there I missed any of the points that I made that you disagree with? Let me know. I'm really curious what your guys' take is on the subject. Again, part 2 will be the opposite point of view, the case for JJ McCarthy as Michigan's starting quarterback instead of Cade McNamara. And then part 3, again, will be sharing my idea for how Michigan should approach the quarterback position in this upcoming season. Make sure you throw a like and a subscription to the channel so you don't miss those 2 additional videos coming out soon. But beyond that, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Stay safe out there. As always, go blue.